the words of the teacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Utterly pointless, says the teacher. Absolutely pointless. Everything is pointless. What does a man gain from all of the work that he undertakes on earth?
A generation goes, a generation comes, but the earth remains forever.
The sun rises, the sun sets, then rushes back to where it arose.
The wind blows southward, then northward, constantly circulating.
And the wind comes back again in its courses. All the rivers flow toward the sea, but the sea is never full. Then rivers return to the headwaters where they began. Everything is where eyes on, more than man is able to express. The eye is never satisfied by seeing,
Nor the ear by hearing.
whatever has happened
Will happen again.
Whatever has been done
Will be done again.
There is nothing new on earth. Does anything exist about which someone might say,
Look at this, is this new?
it happened ages ago?
It existed before we did.
No one remembers those in the past, nor will they be remembered by those who come after them. I, the teacher, have been king over Israel and Jerusalem. I dedicated myself to using wisdom for study and discovery of everything that is done under heaven. God uses terrible things so human beings will struggle with life. I observed every activity done on earth. My conclusion, all of it is pointless, like chasing after the wind.
What is crooked cannot be made straight. What is not there cannot be counted.
I told myself I had become greater and wiser than anyone who ruled before me in Jerusalem. Yes, I have acquired a great deal of wisdom and knowledge. So I dedicated myself to learn about wisdom and knowledge, and about insanity and foolishness. And I discovered that this is also like chasing after the wind.
For with much wisdom there is much sorrow.
The more someone adds to knowledge,
The more someone adds to grief.
I told myself, I will test you with pleasure, so enjoy yourself.
But this was pointless, senseless.
Said I concerning laughter and pleasure.
How practical is this?
I decided to indulge in wine while still remaining committed to wisdom. I also tried to indulge in foolishness, just enough to determine whether it was good for human beings under heaven, given the short time of their lives.
With respect to my extravagant works. I built houses for myself. I planted vineyards for myself.
I constructed gardens and orchards for myself.
And within them I planted all kinds of fruit trees I built for myself.
Water reservoirs to irrigate forests that produce trees. I acquired male and
Female slaves
and had other slaves
born in my house. I also acquired for myself increasing numbers of herds and flocks.
more than anyone who had lived before me in Jerusalem.
I also accumulated silver, gold, and the wealth of kings and their kingdoms.
I gathered around me both male and female singers, along with what delights a man, all sorts of mistresses. So I became great, greater than anyone who had lived before me in Jerusalem. Throughout all of this, I remained wise. Whenever I wanted something I had seen, I never refused that desire. Instead, I enjoyed everything I did, and this became the reward in what I had undertaken. Then I examined all of my accomplishments that I had brought about by my own efforts, including the work that I had labored so hard to complete. And it was all pointless, like chasing after the wind, and there was nothing to be gained on earth. Next I turned to examine wisdom, insanity, and foolishness, because what can a person do who succeeds the king except what has already been accomplished? I concluded that wisdom is more useful than foolishness,
Just as light is more useful than darkness.
The wise use their eyes, but the fool walks in darkness. I also perceive that the same outcome affects them all. Then I told myself, whatever happens to the fool will happen also to me. Therefore, what's the point in being so wise?
And I told myself that this also is pointless.
For neither the wise nor the fool will be long remembered.
Since in days to come everything will be forgotten.
The wise man dies the same way as the fool, does he not? So I hated life, because whatever is done on earth causes me trouble,
It's all pointless.
like chasing after the wind.
Then I despised everything I had worked for on earth.
That is, the things that I will leave to the person who will succeed me.
And who knows whether he will be wise or foolish.
Either way, he will take possession of everything that I have done on earth, especially where I have excelled. This also is pointless.
So I came to be in despair about everything I had accomplished on earth. For sometimes people who strive to obtain wisdom, knowledge, and equity leave everything as an inheritance to a person who never worked for it.
This too is pointless and greatly troublesome.
For what does a person gain from everything that he accomplishes, and from his inner life struggles that he undergoes while working on earth?
Indeed, all of his days are filled with sorrow, and his struggles bring grief.
In fact, his mind remains restless throughout the night.
This is pointless too.
The only worthwhile thing for a human being is to eat, drink, and enjoy life's goodness that he finds in what he accomplishes.
This, I observed, is also from the hand of God himself. For who can eat or enjoy life apart from him?
After all, to the person who is good in God's sight, he gives wisdom, knowledge, and joy. But to the sinner he gives the troublesome task of acquiring and accumulating in order to leave it to someone who is good in the sight of God.
This also is pointless and chasing after the wind. There is a season for everything, and a time for every event under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot what was planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up searching, a time to keep and a time to discard, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace.
What benefit does the worker gain from what he undertakes? I have observed the burdens placed by God on human beings in order to perfect them. He made everything appropriate in its time. He also placed eternity within them. Yet,
no person can fully comprehend what God is doing from beginning to end. I have concluded that the only worthwhile thing for them is to take pleasure in doing good in life. Moreover, every person should eat, drink, and enjoy the benefits of everything that he undertakes, since it is a gift from God. I have concluded that everything that God undertakes will last for eternity. Nothing can be added to it nor taken away from it. And that God acts this way so that people will fear Him. That which was now is, and that which will be already is. And God examines what has already taken place. I also examined on earth.
where the halls of justice were supposed to be, there was lawlessness. And where the righteous were supposed to be, there was lawlessness.
I told myself, God will judge both the righteous and the wicked, because there is a time set to judge every event and every work. As for human beings, I told myself, God puts them to the test, that they might see themselves as mere animals. For what happens to people also happens to animals. A single event happens to them. Just as someone dies, so does the other in fact. They all breathe the same way, so that a human being has no superiority over an animal. All of this is pointless. All of them go to one place. All of them originate from dust. And all of them return to dust.
Who knows whether the spirit of human beings ascends, and whether the spirit of animals descends to the earth?
I concluded that it is worthwhile for people to find joy in their accomplishments, because that is their inheritance, since who can see what will exist after them? Next, I turn to consider all kinds of oppression that exists on earth. Look at the tears of the oppressed. There is no one to comfort them. Power is on the side of their oppressors, so they have no comforters.
So I commended the dead who had already died as being happier than the living who are still alive.
Better than both of them is someone who has not yet been born, because he hasn't experienced evil on earth. Then I examined all sorts of work, including all kinds of excellent achievements that create envy in others. This also is pointless in chasing after the wind. The fool crosses his arms and starves himself. It's better to have one handful of tranquility than to have two handfuls of trouble, and to chase after the wind. Then I turn to re-examine something else that is pointless on earth. Consider someone who is alone, having neither son nor brother. There's no end to all of his work, and he is never satisfied with wealth. So for whom do I work, he asks, and deprive myself of pleasure? This too is pointless and a terrible tragedy.
Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If they stumble, the first will lift up his friend.
But woe to anyone who is alone when he falls, and there is no one to help him get up
Again,
if two lie close together, they will keep warm. But how can only one stay warm? If someone attacks one of them, the two of them together will resist. Furthermore, the tri-braided cord is not soon broken. A poor but wise youth is better than an old but foolish king, who will no longer accept correction. The former can come out of prison to reign, while the latter, even if born to kingship, may become poor.
I observed everyone who lives and walks on earth,
Along with the youth who will take the king's place.
there was no end to all of his subjects, or to all of the people who had come before them.
But those who come along afterward will not be happy with him. This is all so pointless and a chasing after wind. your step whenever you visit God's house, and come more ready to listen than to offer a fool's sacrifice, since fools never think they're doing evil. Don't be impulsive with your mouth, nor be in a hurry to talk in God's presence. Since God is in heaven and you're on earth, keep your speech short. Too many worries lead to nightmares, and a fool is known from talking too much. When you make a promise to God,
don't fail to keep it, since He isn't pleased with fools. Keep what you promise.
it's better that you don't promise than that you do promise and not follow through.
Never let your mouth cause you to sin, and don't proclaim in the presence of the angel.
My promise was a mistake, for why should God be angry at your excuse and destroy what you've undertaken? In spite of many daydreams, pointless actions, and empty words, it is more important to fear God.
Don't be surprised when you see the poor oppressed,
And the violent perverting both justice and verdicts in a province. For one high official watches another, and there are ones higher still over them also. The increase of the land belongs to everyone. The king himself is served by his field. Whoever loves money will never have enough money. Whoever loves luxury will not be content with abundance. This also is pointless
when possessions increase.
So does the number of consumers. Therefore, what good are they to their owners
Except to look at them.
Sweet is the sleep of a working man, whether he eats a little or a lot. But the excess wealth of the rich will not allow him to rest. I have observed a painful tragedy on earth. Wealth hoarded by its owner harms him, and that wealth is lost in troubled circumstances. Then a son is born, but there is nothing left for him. Just as he came naked from his mother's womb, he will leave as naked as he came. He will receive no profit from his efforts. He cannot carry away even a handful.
This is also a painful tragedy.
However a person comes, he also departs. So what does he gain as he labors after the wind?
Furthermore,
All his days he lives in darkness with great sorrow, anger, and affliction. Look, I observe that it is good and prudent to eat, drink, and enjoy all that is good of a person's work that he does on earth during the limited days of his life, which God gives him. For this is his allotment. Furthermore, for every person to whom God has given wealth, riches, and the ability to enjoy them, to accept this allotment,
and to rejoice in His work,
this is a gift from God.
for He will not brood
Much over the days of his life, since God will keep him occupied with the joys of his heart. I've spotted something else that's just straight up unfair on this earth. It creates some heavy burdens for folks God hands some souls massive wealth, riches, and status. They got every single thing they could ever crave, but God doesn't let them actually enjoy those perks. Someone else ends up reaping the benefits instead. This whole setup is hollow and makes no sense. It's a tragedy when anyone can't truly savor the blessings God puts in their hands. The man might have 100 kids, he might stick around for a long, long time.
But what's the point if you can't find satisfaction in the gifts God provides?
I'd say a stillborn baby is better off than he is. The birth seems totally in vain. The little one just slips into the darkness of the grave without even a name. The baby never even saw the sun,
It never knew a thing.
yet it finds more peace than the man who never gets to relish the good life
God offers.
Even if he hits the 2,000-year mark, it's a shame if someone can't delight in the favor
God gives them at the end of the day. Both he and the stillborn end up in the exact same spot, the dirt.
Everyone toils just to keep themselves fed, but the hunger never seems to quit.
In that sense, a wise man
Isn't really any better off than a foolish fellow.
And it doesn't do a poor man much good just to know how to survive the hustle.
So it's better to be grateful for what's right in front of you than to always be thirsting for more. That constant craving is a dead end,
Just like trying to catch the wind.
everything going down was mapped out ages ago. A man is only what he was made to be. It's pointless to catch an attitude with God about it. That's because God is way more powerful than any man. The more you talk back, the more pointless it gets.
You don't gain a thing by arguing.
Each of us only has a few days on this planet. Our short life vanishes like a shadow. And who really knows what's best for a man while he's here? Who can tell him what's gonna go down after his time on earth is up? It is better to have respect than good perfume. The day a person dies is better than the day he was born. It is better to go to a funeral than to a party. We all must die. Everyone living should think about this. Sorrow is better than laughter. Sadness has a good influence on you. A wise man thinks about death, but a foolish person thinks only about having a good time. It is better to be criticized by a wise man than to be praised by a foolish person. The laughter of foolish people is useless. It is like heating a pot by burning straw. There is a lot of fire, but no heat.
Even a wise man will become foolish
if he lets money change his thinking.
It is better to finish something than to start it.
It is better to be patient
than to be proud.
Don't become mad quickly, because getting angry is foolish. Don't ask, why was life better in the good old days? It is not wise to ask such questions. Wisdom is as good to have as inheriting property. It helps people see what to do. Wisdom is like money. They both help a person, but wisdom is better than money because it can save a person's life. Stop and think about everything that God causes to happen. You cannot change a thing, even if you think it is wrong. When life is good, enjoy it. But when life is hard, remember, God gives us good times and hard times, and no one knows what tomorrow will bring. In my short life, I have seen both of these.
I I've seen good men die being good,
and I've seen evil men living a long time.
Don't try to be too right all the time.
Don't try to be too wise either.
Why should you destroy yourself this way?
Don't be too wicked, and don't be a foolish person. You will die young if you do so. Try to avoid going too far in doing anything. Those who honor God will avoid doing too much of anything. Wisdom gives a person strength. One wise man is stronger than 10 leaders in a city. Surely, there is not a good man on earth who always does good and never sins. Don't listen to everything people say. You might hear your servant insulting you. You know that many times you also have insulted others. I used wisdom to test all these things. I wanted to be wise, but it was too hard for me. I cannot understand why things are as they are. It is too hard for anyone to understand. I studied and tried very hard to find wisdom. I tried to find some meaning for everything. I learned that it is foolish to be evil, and it is crazy to act like a fool. I found that some women are worse than death.
They are as dangerous as traps.
Their love is like a net.
Their arms hold men like chains.
A man who follows God will run away from them,
but a sinner will be caught by them.
the teacher says. This is what I learned. I added all these things together to see if I could find some meaning for everything. I'm still looking for it, but I have not found it. But I did discover that truly good people are hard to find. Such people are 1 in a million. One thing I have learned:
God made people good,
but people have found all kinds of ways to be bad.
It is better to have respect than good perfume.
Who is really wise? Who knows how to explain? A man's wisdom improves his own face's grain, softening a harsh countenance in the light. I advise doing what the king says is right, especially regarding an oath to God. Don't be in a hurry to leave his facade.
Leave him,
Don't persist in evil, he does as he please. Since a king's command is power and ease, who is able to challenge him, asking why?
asking why.
What are you doing under the open I recommended that joy should appear.
Enjoyment.
It is better on earth for a man to eat, to drink and be happy and find life is sweet.
Be happy.
This will stay with him throughout all of his strife,
His struggle.
all the days God grants him in this earthly life. When I dedicated myself to be wise and to observe all with my very own eyes,
I saw.
even going without sleep both day and night,
No sleep.
I saw it as God's activity and light.
Of God.
Frankly, a human cannot understand all
Understand.
what happens on earth after the great fall.
On earth.
However hard a man works to find the way,
Find out.
he will not figure it out at end of day.
Figure out. Figure out.
In light of all of this, I committed myself to explain it this way. The righteous and the wise, along with everything they do, are in the hands of God. Furthermore,
As to love and hate,
no human being knows everything concerning them. Everyone shares the same experience. A single event affects the righteous, the wicked, the good, the clean, the unclean. Whoever sacrifices and whoever does not sacrifice, as it is with the good person, so also it is with the sinner. As it is with someone who takes an oath,
so also it is with someone who fears taking an oath. There is a tragedy that infects everything that happens on earth. A common event happens to everyone. In fact, the hearts of human beings are full of evil.
madness remains in their hearts while they live, and afterwards they join the dead. While someone is among the living, hope remains,
Because it is better to be a living dog than to be a dead lion.
oh, at least the living know they will die, but the dead know nothing. They no longer have a reward, since memory about them has been forgotten. Furthermore, their love, their hate, and their envy have been long lost.
Never again will they have a part
In what happens on earth,
Go ahead and enjoy your meals as you eat. Drink your wine with a joyful attitude, because God already has approved your actions. Always keep your garments white,
and don't fail to anoint your head.
find joy in living with your wife whom you love. Every day of your pointless life that God gave you on earth,
Because this is your life assignment and your work to do on earth. Yeah. Whatever the activity in which you engage, do it with all your ability. Because there is no work, no planning, no learning, and no wisdom in the next world where you're going.
I considered and observed on earth the following. The race doesn't go to the swift, nor the battle
circumstances meet them all. In addition, no human being knows his time, like fish captured in a cruel net, or as birds caught in a snare. So also are human beings caught by bad timing that surprises them.
I also observed of this example of wisdom on earth, and it seemed important to me.
There was a little city with few men in it. A great king came against it, surrounded it, and built massive siege ramps against it.
Now there was found within it a poor but wise man. He delivered the city by his wisdom,
But not one person remembered that poor man. So I concluded wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the wisdom of the poor is rejected. His words are never heard. The softly spoken words of the wise are to be heard, rather than the shouts of a ruler of fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, and a single sinner can destroy a lot of good.
can destroy a lot of good. Just like dead flies ruin fine perfume
And make it stink. A little foolishness can wreck your name and honor quick. A wise heart leans right, stay steady and true. A fool's heart drifts left, don't know what to do. The fool's whole life screams it, no sense in his steps. He tells the whole world he's lost.
lost. If your boss gets mad, don't quit in the heat. Stay calm, it cools off the biggest defeat. Calm, calm. Seen it on these streets, a real sad scene. Fools get the throne while the real ones stay lean.
Servants on horses, princes on foot like slaves.
On foot,
Dig a pig, you fall in. Break a wall, get bit.
snake bite.
Blunt axe needs more swing. Work smarter, not harder.
Wisdom wins.
Wise words lift you up, fool's lips drag him under. Yeah. He starts off foolish, ends up straight mad. Words pour out endless, no one knows what's next. Fool's work wears him out, can't even find a block. He's king in charge, prince's party at dawn. Blessed is the land with the real king from birth. Princes eat right, stay strong, not drunk on this earth.
Strong, strong.
Lazy hands let the roof cave in slow. Idle vibes and the whole house leaks, you know.
Leaks. Festivals for laughs, wine keeps it light. Money talks loud in the day and the night.
Talks loud.
Curse the king, not even in your mind. Don't badmouth the rich, walls got ears outside.
They hear a bird in the sky, gonna spread what you say.
Wings gonna carry your words away.
Dead flies ruin perfume,
Foolishness kills fame.
kills fame.
Stay wise, stay calm.
Protect your name,
Protect it,
protect your name. Protect your name.
Ooh,
After some time it comes back. Split what you got into 7 or 8 parts. You never know, trouble might hit the land. Clouds get full, they pour down on the earth. Tree falls south or north, there it stays right there.
One who stares at the wind won't sow no seed. No. One who dreams all day won't reap what they need. Just like you don't know how the spirit moves in the womb where new life begins to grow. You don't know what the Maker's doing in it all.
Sow your seed in the morning light.
Don't stop working till the evening falls.
You don't know which part will turn out right. This one or that one or both could shine. Daylight feels so sweet to these eyes of mine. Sun on your face, how pleasant it feels inside. Live many years, enjoy every single one. Dark days are coming, they can't be outrun.
So enjoy your youth, young one. Let your heart feel free. Walk in the ways that feel right to you.
But know the one above keeps the score. Banish the sorrow, tear the evil from your core.
You don't know what the Maker's doing in it all.
Oh, sow your seed in the morning light.
Don't stop working till the evening falls.
This one or that,
One on one.
or both could shine.
Childhood and prime, they fade away. Both feel pointless in their own way. Enjoy it all, but remember,
So remember your creator
in your youth,
before the hard days come creeping on you. When you look around and say, I find no pleasure in them. When the sun grows dark and the light fades low, moon and stars lose their glow, yeah. Clouds hang heavy after rain. That's when the palace guards start to tremble.
tremble. Strong men bend low, and the grinders grow still, 'cause they are few. Eyes that once peered through the lattice go dim.
Doors to the street shut tight. You wait to the sound of a bird at dawn, but the singing women fall silent. Fear grips the heights and the road feels along, while the almond tree blossoms white. Grasshopper drags its weight, Desire fades away. One heads to their eternal home. Mourners fill the marketplace. Silver cord gets cut. Golden bowl breaks apart. Pitcher shatters at the spring. Wheel cracks at the well. Then the dust goes back to the earth, just like it was before. Spirit returns to the God who gave it life before.
Ooh, yeah.
Utterly pointless.
Says the teacher.
Everything is pointless. Besides being wise, the teacher showed the way. He listened close, asked deep, wrote proverbs every day. Search for words that fit just right. What is written here is true.
Wise words hit like cattle prods. Nails hammered down so firm. This whole collection came from one shepherd. So take it in, my child, learn.
No end to making many books.
Too much study wears you out. Too much study wearies the body. Now here's the end of every thought. Fear God and keep His ways. This is what it means to be human. God will judge it all one day.
Every deed done in the light, every secret in the night, whether good or whether evil, He will bring it all to sight. Fear God.
Obey His word.